Good evening. My name is Robin Harp, and I'm a relationship banker with First Horizon Bank. I work at our downtown Knoxville office. I've worked for the bank for 7 years in multiple different roles, and the favorite part of my day is helping people. I get to help people buy new cars, buy homes, purchase boats. I also get to help people with their investments. And most of all, I love to help people with their checking accounts and savings accounts. So what I'm doing today is I'm here to talk to you about savings and how having a good savings account and a good practice of saving money every day, every week, every month will help buffer you and protect you against unexpected catastrophes, things that happen that are out of our control that we may have to pay for or be responsible for. So bear with me. I'm going to share my screen. When we originally started planning this webinar, it was going to be interactive. So a couple of these screens won't really matter. We'll just breeze past those. I do want to say, though, before I get to the end and forget, again, my name's Robin Harp, and I'm going to give you my direct phone number. It's 865-971-2331. And if you have any questions about anything I've said today, or you just want some more information, do not hesitate to call me. Okay, let's get started. All right, unexpected expenses. So there's all types of unexpected expenses. As you can see from this slide, one might be a broken window. Maybe a baseball went through there. Another unexpected expense is a flat tire. And finally, something that could certainly impact all of us, no matter what age we are, is a cracked cell phone screen. Now, as I've said before, when we planned this webinar, it was going to be virtual and interactive, so we'll just skip this screen. So let's talk about, we'll just call this Season 1, Episode 1. Perhaps we'll get a chance to do some more seasons and episodes with Big Brothers, Big Sisters. I certainly hope so. Well, this young lady is sad, mad, and probably very frustrated. Her cell phone screen is cracked, and I don't think there's any of us who haven't been through that situation in which we've dropped our cell phone or some type of accident has happened. So when these unexpected events happen, we tend to get through them much easier if we have some money that can help us fix the problem or fix the broken cell phone screen. Now, it looks like in this slide that she does have a jar of savings, and that's excellent. But it looks like perhaps she was going to use that to buy a new gaming computer. Now, let's look at this money. In the previous screen, we couldn't tell how much she had, but if you look here, I see a couple fives, maybe a couple 20s, a couple ones, and some change. Just as a challenge, look at this money laying out on the table and see if you can figure out how much she has. Towards the end of this webinar, I'll let you know. Now, what she has done is made a list, and I think that's a very important tool to use to problem solve. So she knows there's a repair place in the mall, but will her phone still work? She can get a new phone. Should she get a cheaper one? Should she spend a little more money and get a nicer, more updated phone? She could ask her mom and dad for some money. She could continue to save for a better phone, and she needs to know if she has any phone insurance. Now, looking at this slide, she's got some good news. It looks like in her savings account at her bank, she has $455.82. Now, I don't care if you use a bank or a credit union, but it's a really good idea to start some type of savings account at one of those institutions. The reason being the difference between what's at the bank or credit union versus what is in her jar is called interest. Banks and credit unions pay you to use your money. So that $455.82 is in her account. And yes, she can walk into the bank or credit union at any time and withdraw that money. So she has a savings account. That's great. She has some money in a jar. That's great. And it looks like, based on the little green sticky note, she had some loose change or money laying around that totaled $76.27. And you remember I asked you to try and estimate how much money she had. Here's your answer, $76.27. So she has three ways to cover this unexpected expense. Imagine if she had no money at all, how terrible she might feel. So unexpected expenses affect young people and they affect adults. You know, adults oftentimes have auto repairs. Maybe you need a new filter for your car or a new tire or a new battery. Maybe your dog is sick and he needs to go to the vet and it's an emergency. Perhaps someone in your family has decided to forego a big wedding and they're going to elope, which means they're going to run away and get married. Well, you might want to get them a gift. That could be an unplanned gift. Perhaps you get sick and there's a medical emergency. Maybe you get a parking ticket or a fine or a speeding ticket. Technology problems can also crop up, hidden work-related costs. Well, oftentimes that means dry cleaning, or in my own example, I can let you know that to park downtown, it's not cheap. So every month, a part of my budget is to pay my $70 parking garage fee. And finally, replacing stolen items can also be an unexpected expense. So the meaning of this WebEx is to expect the unexpected. You may get a parking ticket, you may have a broken window, or you might even have a once-in-a-lifetime event such as a pandemic. And we all know people who have been affected by the pandemic. Maybe they worked at a restaurant and they all of a sudden lost their job. So make sure that you have some type of savings. There's several different types. The first one is goal-oriented, and you can see that this lady, she had a goal-oriented savings of buying a gaming computer. That might be a medium to long-term goal for her. A short-term goal might be something a little more in the very near future. Perhaps paying for a date, a special dinner out with someone. The second type of savings is a rainy day fund. These are savings for your unexpected expenses. Things that happen, a storm comes through, it blows off your roof, there's a fire at your home, you lose your clothing. You know, they can be very catastrophic or they can be something smaller. But a rainy day fund is something you certainly need to have. And finally, emergency fund. That is for an unexpected loss of income. As I mentioned before, someone loses their job or someone gets sick and can't go to work anymore. So I want to say thank you for your time. I hope you've learned something. I want to say thank you to Big Brothers and Big Sisters of Tennessee, of Knoxville, for allowing us to share some insight with you. I am here every day 10 to 4. My phone number, I think I gave that at the beginning, is 865-971-2331. I would love to help you, whether you're in middle school, high school, a young adult, or a parent. I would love to sit down with you go through your goals, talk about your budget, and help you formulate a plan. It's the best part of my job, and I love to meet people. Thank you, and I hope you've enjoyed this presentation. Have a great evening.